morning, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in this morning to Morning Flow. This is a class we do 15 minutes of movement, 15 minutes of meditation, and 15 minutes of journaling and planning our day. It's a great way to really get started and get connected. My hair is like super crazy today. So it's a good way to really get connected and get started and really kind of be in the flow, as I like to call it. All right, so flow state, right, is more optimal state. It's when you're firing on all cylinders, right? All of your cylinders is flow state. And so that's what we want to create when we're doing this. So we're going to start off with a little bit of movement. So we'll go ahead and start there. Go ahead and lift your shoulders and inhale. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Very good. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Very good. Inhale. Squeeze up to the top and exhale down. Very good. Now we're going to roll our shoulders. So go ahead and begin to roll your shoulders back, right? Begin to just feel that kind of connection, that vibration, right? Feeling in your joint capsules of your shoulders. It's starting to rain here, so I have a tin roof, so bear with me if it starts to get really loud. All right, right arm nice and straight. Go ahead, reach up to the sky. Reach, right? Hold. Imagine that there's a rubber band pulling you. Up. All right, and release left side. Up. Imagine that stretch, pulling you. Very good. Both sides now. Pull up. Nice and easy. And pull, opening up. Big inhale again. Open up. Exhale, release. Go ahead down the center. Big inhale. Exhale. Right. Big inhale. Exhale. 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 All right, we're going to go up that right side and then over Little Mermaid. Very good. Back to center and down. Left side up. Little Mermaid. And back to center. Right side up. Little Mermaid. And release. Left side up. Little Mermaid. Back to center. And then one last time on both sides. Right side up. Little Mermaid. And exhale. Back down. Left side. Inhale. Very good. And exhale down. Awesome. Both sides again. We're going to go up and then we're going to really open our chest, right? And so we're going to go into a full circle. So go ahead and start with me. Hands in prayer. Big inhale up. Right? And now we're going to flip our hands so that they are behind our back, opening up our chest. Big inhale. Open all your clavicle and your neck open for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and relax, right? We're going to go right down the center again, right? Big inhale. Go ahead and twist. behind your back and open for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, one more time. Big up down the center. Very good. Go ahead, clasp those arms, forearms right behind, opening up for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and release back to center. All right, so now we're going to work on our abdomen, right? So in a sitting position, we're going to visualize, imagine, picture, and pretend with our logic, our voice, our reason, very keen, specific decision making, our abs, right? So we're going to imagine, we're going to zip our abdomen up. So we're going to imagine a little zipper all the way down from our very lowest point all the way up into our chest. So go ahead and zip your belly button, button your belly button to your spine. Go ahead and imagine a giant rubber band wrapped around your midsection and pull it in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Release. We're going to go 4 more times. Go ahead and imagine a zipper zipping you all the way up. Go ahead and imagine a rubber band wrapped around belly button to your spine. Pull in even more, pull in even more, pull in even more, and hold for 1, 2, 3. Balloons! I love those balloons. I don't know what it is. And 5. I love it. Right, and release. I love the balloons so much. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and zip it up, right? For number 3, pulling our belly button into our spine, wrapping around our chest, buttoning our belly button in, and pulling in, and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Go ahead and relax. All right, I think we're doing one more time. The balloons distracted me. Go ahead and zip that belly button up all the way to your chest, cinching your waist, buttoning that belly button in, and pulling in, pulling in, pulling in, and holding for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I love that because you can do it anywhere. All right, so now we're going to transition from sitting to standing, right? So if you've taken my class before, I really try to be intentional with the sitting and the standing. So we're going to imagine, we're going to put our, more than imagine actually, we're going to put our belly button, not our belly button, Lordy, what am I talking about today? We're going to put our heels on to the floor, right? And so our heels we want to be hip width apart, and our feet we want to kind of keep firmly planted and rooted and more relaxed. And so we are going to be transitioning. So we're going to contract our quads, contract our hamstrings, contract our glutes, but really making sure that our abs are nice and zipped in and pulled in. So we're gonna go ahead and zip that ab yet again. Hey lady, thank you so much for the likes. Gonna go ahead and imagine that there's a rubber band pulling you, and then you're gonna button your belly button to your spine. Go ahead and shift now the weight forward, right? Holding your glutes, right? Activating your quads, activating your hamstrings, and pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and stand it all the way up. Very, very good. You guys did so good with that. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on a little bit of a side kind of movement. So we want to get a little bit more action onto our side. So we're going to really get these side abs, right? So right arm nice and straight. We're going to go ahead and lift our knee up, knock it out to the side, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Now we're gonna go left side. Go ahead, nice and straight. Arm up, right? Nice to the side. We're gonna go ahead and open up our pelvis for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Awesome. So we're going to work on those squats again. All right. So big inhale down the center. Exhale down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. So now we're going to go opposite knee, elbow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Back to center. All right, so now we're gonna go to the side. We're gonna work on our hamstrings. Go ahead and zip your belly button in, cinching it in and holding it, holding it, holding it. Very good. Big inhale, nice and straight. Go ahead and hinge forward and stop halfway and hold. Go ahead and suck that abdomen in even more and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and release all the way down. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Nice big relaxation. Ragdoll to the left, to the right. Very good. And go ahead and roll all the way up. Very, very good. Other side, we're gonna flip over. Really imagining belly button zipping, 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 cinching it in, holding it, pulling it in, pulling it in, pulling it in. Inhale up, down the center. Go ahead, hinge forward and hold halfway. Stomach vacuum, hold in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and relax all the way down. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Ragdoll at the bottom. Very good. And go ahead and roll yourself up vertebra by vertebra and back to center. Very, very good. Calf raises, up, down, 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 up, down. Very good. Go ahead, circle roll right ankle, left ankle, right ankle again, left ankle again. And have a seat. Very good. Good job. We made it through yet another movement session of our morning flow. Very good. All right, so now we're going to move into the meditation portion. We've been working on this meditation, a prosperity meditation from Kundalini Yoga. If you're not familiar with Kundalini Yoga, right? Kundalini actually really accesses parts of the brain through mantra, right? Which is words we're going to use. In this case, we're going to use Har as our mantra. Har is going to come from the back of the throat, right? So we have Har, and then we're going to do as a mudra, right? Which is a hand position. We're going to do here. So Har, 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 Har is what we're going to focus on. So Har, 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 right? And we're going to do this for 5 minutes, although I'm going to tune us in, right? So I'll tune us in. If you're not familiar with Kundalini tune-ins, we're going to chant Ong Namo Guru De Namo, and then I'll do a kind of a prayer for protection right after that, right? And so I'll do that, a tune in, and then immediately we'll go into our prosperity meditation. If you've been following us along in this prosperity meditation, it's really so powerful because, we can create prosperity and abundance really out of thin air. And so this particular meditation really teaches that, shows that. You can do it for as little as 3 minutes, as long as 11 minutes, not any longer than that. We're going to do it for about 5 after our tune in. So I'm going to go ahead and tune us in. Here we go. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Gudiname, Jugad, Gudiname, Sad, Gudiname, Sidigude, Vedame, Ad Gudiname, Jugad, Gudiname, Sad, Gudiname, Sidigude, Vedame, Ad Gudiname, Jugad, Gudiname, Sad, Gudiname, Sidigude, Vedame, All right, there we go. So we are all tuned in, ready to go. We're going to use our mantra. Nice big breath. We're going to do 3 breaths, and then we'll start on the 3rd. So big inhale here, and exhale. Big inhale and exhale. All right. Big inhale, 3rd round. Now we're going to start. And heart, 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 heart. Eye gaze is closed, which is a little 10% slit looking at the tip of the nose, so make sure that you've got that going, right? And you may feel like, hey, I can't do this, I'm not going to keep going, but that's why we're working on personal power, self-love, self-worth, self-appreciation. You can do anything, and I do mean anything, that you put your mind to. You just have to focus, right? So we're going to focus for just about another 3 or 4 or so minutes, and I will keep us going. Very good. Heart, 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 going to keep going, nice and powerful, focusing that eye gaze on the tip of the nose. If your mind wanders, go ahead and bring it back. Try not to control or fix, but more so just focusing on that tip of the nose, bringing our mind back to our mantra and our mudra, continuing on for about the last couple minutes. So keep it up with me. And heart, 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 heart. About less than a minute left. Keep going with your mantra and your mudra. Heart, 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 heart. About 15 seconds left. Heart, 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 heart. Big inhale. Root lock hold. Contract your rectum, your sex organs, your belly button to your spine, and clench down and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and release out your air. This time not as gentle, but just kind of just spit all the air out, right? So all done with that, all done with all the air. Good job for our meditation. So now I'm going to add a little bit of a addiction meditation. This is only 3 minutes, and the reason I'm going to add that is because sometimes when we're breaking out of cycles of prosperity or abundance, whatever we're breaking into, not out of, right? We come up against a lot of fear, a lot of resistance, but also self-sabotaging practices, and so we want to kind of cut that off at the gate. So we're going to do about a 3-minute meditation for that. So how we do this one, I've never done this one with you guys before. So how you do this one, this is actually going to go, thumbs are going to go at the little crease of your eyebrow, and so that little indentation kind of right next to you. So when you clench your jaw, you'll kind of feel it go in and out. And so with this one, mouth is going to be closed. The mantra is Satnam, 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 but you're going to do this in your mind. So we're going to clench Satnam, Satnam, Satnam. So we're actually going to be clenching our jaw to Satnam, Satnam, Satnam. And we're going to do it for, so Satnam means truth is my identity, identity is my truth. So Satnam, 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 right? So we're going to have arms up here, right? So we're going to get into position. Big inhale. And exhale. All right. Eyes closed, jaw closed, and go ahead. Satnam, Satnam. Remember, mouth is going to be closed. I'm just kind of doing your Satnams just so you know what we're doing. But you're going to clench your jaw. So that's how it looks. And that's how it sounds inside. Satnam, 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 Satnam. All right, so keep it going for about another 2 minutes. Satnam, 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 Satnam. And remember that Satnam is silent. You're clenching your teeth at the same time when you do your Satnam. I'm just saying it out loud because we're working it through. Go ahead for about another minute or so. And about a minute or so left. I know I said that a minute ago, but we're supposed to be doing about 3 minutes, so let's say about 30 seconds, 30, 45 seconds. "15 seconds, Satnam, 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 Satnam." Big inhale. Hey, tatted kisses. And hold root lock. Go ahead and lock your anus, your sex organs, your belly button. Lock it down. Hold. Very good. Being still, being deliberate, being conscious. Very good. Nice. Nice and relaxed. Very good, very good. All right, so done with our meditation practice. So now we're going to move into journaling, right? So we use journaling as a tool to script our day, script our world, script our life, right? Hello, blessed high rising lady. And so as we're scripting, right, our life and our world, we're gonna choose 3 words that we want to step into today. So I'm gonna take just a moment, and I encourage you to do the same. Go ahead and hand on heart, close your eyes just for a few minutes. Go ahead and go in. Wow. Today I got prosperity, peace, and abundance, right? Prosperity, peace, and abundance. I also got unity too, which was interesting. So, prosperity, peace, abundance, and unity, right? So, if I choose to, right, now I can script into um, about prosperity, right? So if I am scripting writing about prosperity for my day, I'm going to write about what it feels like. So in terms of me, right? So having a prosperous day means that my day is in flow. It means that I have like more than enough time to get everything done. It's just a very easy, back and forth. It's very efficient. It's very relaxed. I'm very calm. I'm very soothed. It's very luxurious, right? And that goes into that abundance. So I'm really playing around with this feeling of expansion, this feeling of openness, right? This feeling of unity, connection, right? So I'm playing around with this feeling, right? And this thought and this idea, right? And so as I'm doing this, I'm just scripting it, right? So wouldn't it be great, right? Wouldn't it be great is kind of a prompt, but really the prompt we're working with right now is who am I? So I am, right, prosperous. I am abundant, right? But then I can take it to somewhere else. I can be like, as a response to me being prosperous and abundant, right? These are my experiences in life, and I can take that time and I can script all of that out. So we're going to take our time with our words and we're going to script out, right? So mine words were prosperity, abundance, peace, and unity. You can choose your words or you can use mine, whatever you prefer. But the point is that when you're journaling, you want to journal into that experience. Yes, blessed high rising Kushadak. We want to write about, ourselves in the first person, how that feels, what we think, right? What that experience is like, right? To have a prosperous, abundant, unified experience. So we really want to write from that space, right? And scripting, right? And really go for it. The lusciousness of our life and day. We get so much, out of it if we pay attention, but most people don't want to pay attention. They want to check out, they want to disassociate, they don't want to actually be present. And so if we're not present, we're not able to be powerful. We're not able to see all of the opportunities coming in. We may block our opportunities, we may sabotage them, And in kind, we may also push people away. That could really help us, so we don't want to do that, right? And so we're going to come from this prosperous, abundant, unified, calm place. At least I am for today, right? And we choose this every day, right? We get a different experience every single day, right? And instead of being in the reaction, right, which most people are, they're very reactive, right, to people, places, situations, circumstances, or events outside of their control, right? And as a response to things being outside of their control, we're triggered internally and we don't really know what to do with it. So I'm giving you some tools to be proactive instead of reactive. That way, when things come up, people, situations, circumstances, and events, you already know how to handle it because you've already dialed in. You're already prosperous, you're already abundant, you're already unified, you're already calm, so you're good to go. You're not even affected or impacted in any way, right? So that's the power of doing this and doing it consistently every single day, where it's really gonna turn into, this daily practice. And it's pretty magical when you do it consistently, right? So I'm choosing to be prosperous today, right? I think I kind of talked about what that looked like. A lot of time, a lot of space, a lot of luxury, a lot of fun, a lot of beauty, a lot of aesthetics, right? That's what I think about when I think about prosperity, right? And then calm. I feel relaxed in my soul, relaxed in my body. I'm not rushed. I'm not anxious. I'm not fearful. I'm not depressed. I'm really present in the moment when I'm calm, right? So I'm calm, I've got my power, I've got my feelings, my thoughts, my ideas, my perceptions, I'm good with there, I'm in charge, right? Completely unified, right, with myself first, right? So I'm in unification, body, mind, and spirit are unified, right? And then I look, right, for others who want to unify with me, right? And so I don't try to force, I don't try to fight, I don't try to fuss, I don't try to convince. Those people that are, for me will present themselves and will show. I don't need to chase them. I don't need to run after them. I don't need to fix them. I don't need to change them. I don't know how to do any of that, but just be unified, prosperous, calm. And then we'd also talk about abundance. So abundance, a little bit different than prosperous, right? Abundance, I feel that from it within, that internal, drive to build and collect and establish, and really, more of my savings and that kind of thing is more of my abundance, because it's building upon the overflow that prosperity provides. So prosperity provides all this overflow, and then I'm stacking it all up with my abundant mindset and my abundant thinking, right? So if I'm abundant, right, in my thinking, I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about not the quick fix. I'm not thinking about what I can get now, my wants being met now. No, I'm thinking about my needs. I'm thinking about my expansion. I'm thinking about my future. I'm thinking about what it is that I want to create and what it is that I want to build and the legacy that I want to leave behind. And so different conversation, right, than just some random, I want to be abundant, right? This abundance has a deeper meaning. And really, we can assign meaning to really any of these words. I'm just sharing with you internally and also vulnerably what it feels like for me, right? And this helps certain people when they need to connect with your emotions. So if you find that you have difficulty connecting with your emotions, a lot of times when we've been emotionally traumatized or abused or even just dismissed emotionally, not seen, not heard, we tend to shut down our emotions, right? And so it goes into neutral or pissed off, and so we're waiting to be offended, mostly because we get our power, we get a false sense of power from anger, right? And so we can protect ourselves. So when somebody does something, boom, we're ready to go because we want to project our hurts, our wounds onto that person, right? Rather than taking full responsibility and full ownership of what we're feeling and thinking in the moment, and then choosing a different story, right? So let's say I encounter people, places, situation, circumstance, or event beyond my control, right? And that thing, if for lack of a better term, is not performing the way that I wanted to or doing what I wanted to. I'm going to detach from focus and attention. I'm not going to keep running towards it. I'm going to detach from focus, and I'm going to run back to myself, and I'm going to look at what would be missing, the presence of which would make a difference. So let's say I'm not getting acknowledgement, I'm not getting acceptance, I'm not getting appreciated. Whatever I'm not getting from outside that I so desperately want, I'm going to give it to within. So if I need acknowledgement for something, I'm not going to expect it, right? Because I don't trust anybody and I don't expect anything from anybody, right? So I'm going to give that acknowledgement to myself. So I'm going to say, I'm acknowledged. I am so happy and grateful now that I have acknowledged myself, right? I give myself permission to acknowledge myself, and it's okay, right? And I recognize that acknowledging of self is going to bring about not only more pain, right? However, it will bring about more healing as a response, right? So we acknowledge that there is probably going to be some stuff that comes up, right? And we're ready for it, we're prepared for it, we're ready to let it go, we're willing to do our part, we're willing to see this differently, right? Show us. We always look at self first, right? Not looking at others, right? I know everybody wants to, they're triggered, and it's this person's fault, and that's that person's fault, right? No, they are a creation. You have created it, right? It is part of your world, part of your experience. So what is it that you are creating? So let's come back to you. Let's come back to your self-concept, because everyone is you pushed out, right? So you got to see what aspect of yourself is still kind of playing around and lurking. So that's if we're living, more of this enlightened, more spiritual, more connected experience, which you are. Very good. All right. Coming back to center, right? Nice. I feel very grounded now. Very, very peaceful. All right, so our last part, if you want to continue to journal, you can. It feels complete to me. However, if you want to continue on, feel free. We are now going to move into our day planning. So I have a very specific way that I day plan. So first things first, any thoughts, actions, tasks that you've got in your brain, go ahead and data dump that out on a piece of paper, throw it down in there, get it all out. Don't even have to organize it. This can be a task list, but it can also just be a vomit just for a minute. Once you get it all vomited out, right, everything, then if there are tasks that emerge, go ahead and just write all the tasks that you feel like you need to get accomplished today or any day. Doesn't really matter. We just want to get them out of your head, because your head is not there for storage. It's there for short-term decision making. So we want to get all the noise out of our brains in somewhere where we can manage it, organize it, and monitor it. All right, so now that we've done that, we've gotten that on the table. Now what we're going to do is prioritize our tasks. So we're going to write out all of our tasks, and then we're going to prioritize it in buckets. You can do a health bucket, you can do a relationship bucket, you can do a work bucket, you can do a child bucket. Whatever you have in your life, go ahead and add those tasks to those particular buckets, right? And add those in. And remember, as things come up throughout the week, you're more than happy to add more things to your buckets, right? So there's no limit to how many buckets you can have. There's no limit to how many tasks under each buckets. You can also take this onto Notion and create all kinds of Notion templates with it. I like more digital things. That way, I've got it wherever, right? And plus, I can't even read my handwriting anymore after all these years. So signing all those lab orders. So here we are, right? Now we're going to prioritize ourself first. So we're going to put our needs, right? Our food, our water, our breaks, all the things that we need for ourself. Number one, right? We're going to put that into our schedule, right? Just as it needs to be, with some appropriate breaking, etc., right? And then, right, then we're going to put our other tasks. So maybe our work tasks or our family tasks or whatever tasks you need now you want to put in. You'll notice, right, that maybe your mind is like, I'm going to get 20 things done, and maybe in reality you get like 3 to 5. So really focus on that 3 to 5 items. Obviously more 5 if you've got a mixed bag. 3 if you've got like 3 heavy projects. So, just think about what you have. Try to evenly disperse it so you're not doing a whole bunch of heavy lifting, all in one session. And I like to do the Pomodoro method, where I set a timer for 25 minutes. And I will look. Now, if I'm sitting down and my brain is going a mile a minute, I know my dopamine is in overload. So I'm going to not multitask at all. I'm going to turn everything off. I'm going to put a vagal nerve, I'm going to put a cold pack on my chest to help with my vagal nerve. And I'm also going to get maybe some lavender, right? I'm going to smell the lavender first to kind of really ground me and bring me down. I may do a little bit of meditation just to bring myself back to my center so that I can use more of my prefrontal cortex to focus and concentrate, right? So that's a little tip just in case you're feeling a little depleted there, right? So now that I've got all my tasks in, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to really see how I feel, I think, how is this? And it's okay if you're not done, right? It's okay if you've got more to accomplish. But that's where we're headed with this is to be able to look at it and go, wow, okay, look at what I've accomplished. I want you to celebrate your successes and what you've done and accomplished. And I also want you to celebrate the mistakes, because even with the mistakes, there's so many learnings that you achieved, that really, I look back and the educations that I've got from all the different professionals I've employed over the years has been just incredible, truly. Big breath here and release. All right. I think we got it completed today in the bag. We're doing good. So today we just complete our morning flow. So 15 minutes of movement, 15 minutes of meditation, 15 minutes of journaling, and 15 minutes a roundabout of planning our day. And so it's designed really to get you in that mindset, in that flow, in that world, right? So that you are fully, right, engaged. Thank you so much for the heart me. You're fully engaged and you're fully embodied to really go out and just achieve all the things that you want to achieve. I know for me in my life, I've been very, very blessed and very fortunate with all the things that I've been able to accomplish. And really, this is my tool bag, right? This is how I got there, right? This is all these years, right, of when everybody else is partying, having a good time, and have no focus, right? I have focus, right? So I focus myself every single day. I don't claim things like, various different neurological concerns, because I train my brain and I'm very active with my brain, right? And what do I mean by that? Sometimes we will take on conventional medical diagnosis, right, without even thinking, these labeling systems. I have this, I have that, I have this, and that creates a greater ownership to it, right? But what if our brains just were not functioning appropriately? What if we were not taught really how to use our brains efficiently? What if our brains naturally were incurring a lot of stress and aggravation, and so it makes it difficult to connect both with your brain as well as with your emotions, and then your actions, your behaviors, your lifestyles, right? And so as we're working through this, right, we're able to fully connect with ourselves, right? We're able to connect with our mind, we're able to connect with our emotions, we're able to connect with our actions, and that way we can focus, because bottom line is there's going to be a ton of haters, there's going to be a ton of shenanigans going on, right? And here's how I've stood the test of time. 20 years is a long time to be in a profession, right, that is disrespected on a daily, right? So I could care less, right? If they are not effing me or paying my bills, I know that sounds crude, their opinion doesn't matter, okay? And so I focus on, and even with that, sometimes it doesn't matter. I'm just joking. But, here's the thing, right? I'm going to focus, right, on me, my dreams, my goals, what I'm going to build. There's always going to be a hater. Trust me. I have my own special breed of haters that absolutely love to follow Dr. Steele around and call her names and this and that and this and that and this and that. But again, that's projection. That's other people's insecurity, right? I don't have to take ownership of that. I can leave it right with them, right? Because unfortunately, I'm going to now rent space in their head, right? So I'm going to get some passive revenue off of being in their head, living rent-free, right? So I'm going to enjoy that passive revenue stream, and I'm going to relax, and I'm going to be over here building my empires, right? So we see how this works, right? There's always going to be resistance. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be stress, right? But when you come back to your flow state, right, which is what I'm teaching you is optimizing flow state, right? Mentally, emotionally, psychosocially, spiritually, physically, you are on all cylinders. That makes you unstoppable, right? So no matter what you're told, what happens, etc., you are unfuckable with. And that's what we want to create with Morning Flow, is creating really stability, creating mental fortitude, emotional resilience, and focused action and intention throughout your day so that you can achieve the goals, and more importantly, not just the goals, the results that you want. So there's a distinction between goals and results. Goals, are specific, measurable, attainable, time-bound, and realistic. Those are our goals. They're SMART goals, right? And goals can help us to flush out what we really want. Results are after the goals, right? So a result would be I've lost 20 pounds, or a result would be, I'm clearing this amount of money per month. A result would be I have this relationship, some sort of tangible something, right? And so we sometimes have a lack of confidence about our creations and our manifestations simply because, right, we've been going through all kinds of different stuff, our thoughts, our feelings, our ideas, our perceptions. And so now we're going to organize this with Morning Flow, mentally, emotionally, psychosocially, spiritually. We're on all cylinders, tuning people out because they don't really matter, right? We're going to focus on self. And as we focus on self, right, we're going ahead every single day. We're accomplishing just a little bit more and just a little bit more and just a little bit more. And as we do this accumulated over time, especially focused action, we look up and wow, look at what we've done. Look at what we've accomplished. Look at what we built. I still cannot believe after 20 years, right? Now, 7 degrees in my field, over 40,000 patients. It literally feels like yesterday that I left my house at 16 years old with just the clothes on my back, not even a photo ID, never went to driving school, nothing, right? And it was really through my own fortitude and my desire to heal myself, that I'm here. So I want to teach you the tips and the tricks that got me here so that you can really start to be more in flow state, because that's really what it's about. We get into this habit of having to work hard and constantly push and force. That's us not being in alignment, right? When we are truly in an alignment and living on kind of all cylinders, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, things just happen. Things are just easy, right? The impossible becomes possible, right? We begin to live into a totally different world of experience and existence, and we get back into the magic of life. Right now, we have to suspend, right, reality and suspend conscious awareness, because right now, what your current conscious awareness is, it was your current manifestation, right? It's from the past, right? So what you're currently experiencing. So if you don't like what you're currently experiencing, we have to change our mind first. We have to shift our emotions second. We have to clear out whatever's in the subconscious that's driving that behavior, right? And we do that by putting ourselves on the court every single day, upright and center, mentally, emotionally, psychosocially, and spiritually. So if you've enjoyed Morning Flow, please leave a comment. Also, too, I will be teaching a holistic hypertension class around 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today. You can register for that class on YouTube. I don't know. I don't think I put it on TikTok yet. So anyway, yes, we will talk probably about for an hour and a half about holistic medicine and how we treat hypertension. So if you're curious about holistic medicine and how the extensive nature, how it works much more in depth than your conventional practice, and we'll look at, all of the different components of it and really get to the bottom of it. So if you know somebody that has hypertension or you're trying to prevent hypertension, please send them my way. That's not the only thing that I work with naturally, but today's class is related to that. So it gives people some good thoughts, some good actions, some good things to work on, which will be fun. And then tomorrow, Morning Flow again. And then Saturday, we have our intro to holistic medicine part 2. I'll go in this morning and add anybody that's requested into the communities. If you still want to register for any of the classes, click the link in the bio, scroll down, fill out the form. You know what to do. All right. I think we're ready. I think we've accomplished everything. We got everything on our list. I think we're good.